The ocean stretched endlessly before Riley, a marine biologist with a stubborn streak and a penchant for chasing the unknown. She'd been diving off the coast of the Mariana Trench, chasing faint bioluminescent signals her equipment had picked up, signals that didn't match any known species. Her submersible hummed quietly as she descended, the world above fading into a suffocating blackness. Then a glitch. The controls flickered, her compass spun wildly, and the submersible lurched. She was lost, adrift in the abyss. At first, it was just silence, crushing, heavy silence. Then came the voices, not through her ears but inside her skull, sharp and discordant, like shards of glass, scraping her mind. Riley clutched her head, gasping as images flooded in, towering spires of coral twisting unnaturally, eyes glowing in the dark, and shapes that defied geometry, long, sinuous bodies with too many limbs, shimmering like liquid metal. The aliens were there, beneath the ocean, and they had found her. The telepathic assault began. They didn't speak in words, but in sensations, pain that wasn't hers, memories of places she'd never been, a chorus of alien thoughts probing her fears. She saw her childhood dog drowning, her father's voice accusing her of failure, her own body dissolving into the sea. Riley screamed into the void, her sanity fraying as the torment stretched on, hours or maybe days. She couldn't tell. She was their prisoner, a specimen pinned under their incomprehensible gaze. Then abruptly, it stopped. The submersible jolted and a blinding light enveloped her. She wasn't in the water anymore. She stood, or floated, in a vast, shimmering expanse, a place where currents of color flowed like rivers through the air. The aliens surrounded her, their forms more defined now, sleek, iridescent beings with tendrils that pulsed with light, their eyes deep and knowing. One approached, its presence pressing against her mind, but this time it was gentle, almost apologetic. "You are not meant to see us," it conveyed, not in words but in a flood of understanding. "We are not of your space, your time. We are travelers, folded into the dimensions beneath your world's surface. The ocean hides us, as it has for eons." Riley's breath caught as the truth unraveled in her mind. They weren't just aliens, they were interdimensional beings, existing in a layer of reality humans couldn't perceive. The ocean was their conduit, a bridge between their plane and hers. They hadn't meant to torture her. Her mind had simply buckled under the weight of their thoughts, too vast for a human brain to process. "Why me?" she managed to ask, her voice trembling in the strange air. "You sought us," the being replied. "Your curiosity pierced the veil. We could not let you return unchanged." Before she could protest, the world shifted again. She felt herself pulled, upward, outward, into their space-time. The colors sharpened, the dimensions unfolded, and she saw the universe as they did, a tapestry of infinite threads, Earth just a fleeting knot. They showed her their history, exiles from a collapsing reality, hiding in Earth's oceans to survive. They weren't invaders, but refugees. Riley's abduction was complete. She didn't fight it. How could she? She was no longer just a woman lost at sea. She was a witness to something beyond comprehension, a human mind tethered to an interdimensional truth. The aliens didn't release her back to her world. They couldn't. Instead, they kept her, a bridge between their kind and hers, forever adrift in their beautiful, alien eternity.